Hello everyone, we are in the car once again for a patented Pedrosa travel adventure. And again, we are going to downtown LA. We are going to go to two different museums. We're going to have some fun, yummy ramen. So come along for this venture, you're not going to want to miss it. We are here in Los Angeles, California, specifically downtown Los Angeles on the 101 North. That's always busy, doesn't matter what time of the day it is.
What day of the week it is.
What time of the day of the week it is.
Yeah, all of those things.
All of those things. It's just always busy. So we're gonna go see what we can do and how fast we can get off of this freeway. Little Tokyo is one of the oldest neighborhoods in Los Angeles. It was established in 1884 with LA's first Japanese restaurant and then quickly bloomed into one of the three major Japanese ethnic communities in California. We're here to go to Daigokuyo, which is one of my favorite noodle places, which has now got outdoor seating apparently. Was originally part of the Little Tokyo Hotel you can see over there. Daigokuyo ramen gets its name from the famous Japanese sailor named Daigokuyo Koryu, who was a captain who got caught up in a storm, landed in Russia, and then had an audience with Catherine the Great, who allowed him to eventually return to Japan. Daigokuyo Ramen was founded in 2002 and was one of the first ramen shops in Los Angeles. The experience replicates the post-World War ramen shops of the 1950s and 1960s, with an extra dollop of Dodger pride. There's many yummy things, but Daigokuyo specializes in what's known as tonkatsu ramen. Tonkatsu ramen is a pork-based ramen with broth made from boiling pork bones. The result is a very rich, creamy broth. You got sukemen, which is you kind of make it yourself style. You dip the noodles into the bowl. Yep. The restaurant is world-renowned and thus very popular. You can't make a reservation, so I suggest you come early or you will find yourself outside waiting. It says on this site in 1884 was Hamasuke Sugita, the open kame restaurant, the first Japanese-owned business in LA, sparking Little Tokyo. And now it's a knick-knack shop. Now you can buy a plastic Godzilla.
And a Shohei Ohtani kids picture book.
Yep.
And a Shohei Ohtani t-shirt.
We can show them the Koisan Temple, which is kind of a hidden gem. There's like a temple over here that's kind of cool. It's a Buddhist temple in the back of Little Tokyo. Not many people go there, but it's pretty cool. It doesn't look like they're open today. There's a Japanese firehouse there. It's a Japanese fire lookout house, I should say. And we're gonna walk a little bit through the Village Plaza, where there's lots of fun stuff there as well. We'll go with you. He wants to look at the Nico shop. Buy a bunch of miniatures here. Oh. You just buy one of the boxes and you don't know what you're going to get inside the box. A Daruma doll is typically painted with one eye, and then when you come to your New Year's resolution, when you complete your goal, then you paint in the other eye, and then you make a donation to the temple. That's how a Daruma doll works.
Just has 2 eyes for markability.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a Gachupan place. There used to be an Okase place. Like, they would serve you, but all good. The street from Little Tokyo is the Japanese National American Museum. The Japanese National American Museum. Japanese
National Museum.
Yeah, thank you for the correction. Which was founded pretty much by George Takei, the actor from Star Trek. So pretty cool. But now we're going to go over here to the monuments.
Yes, at the Mocha, the Geffen Contemporary, I think is part of the
See, Denise?
Oh, monuments here at the Mocha. So the what is that? Curators of the Mocha have gone to a lot of the southern towns that took down their monuments of Jackson and Stonewall Jackson and Robert E. Lee, and they have borrowed them. They're not permanent, but they've pulled them out of the warehouses they were in. They borrowed them and they brought them here to the Geffen to be displayed in contrast with works by modern black artists. So a black and white presentation.
Yeah, we'll check it out. These bronze ingots are what's left over of a Robert E. Lee monument in Charlottesville, Virginia. And over there was the base for that monument. A common theme in Confederacy is a mother mourning her dead son soldier. And then over here we have a photo exhibit of different mothers in different contemporary settings mourning their sons. This is one of the Supreme Court justices that ruled on the Dred Scott decision. Okay, we just got out of the monuments. What do you think, Denise?
Oh, so powerful. I don't know if enjoy is the right word because it's not fun, but I got a lot out of it. I'm glad I went.
It was very interesting, very introspective, I would say.
Yes, yes.
That's the best thing I think you can say about it.
I found the graffiti statues the most interesting.
Why, AJ?
You can mix the picture, I guess.
Okay, interesting.
Oh, and whoever says history is written by the winners has not been through a lost cause narrative, man. That's history written by the losers, rewritten by the losers.
There's also
In the little Tokyo village, you will find all sorts of interesting things to buy. I really like the Japanese rice triangles called onigiri. You will also find several game shops and collectible shops.
Shoe pawn shop and claw games, lots of them. Now over on Grand Boulevard, facing the Walt Disney Concert Hall, which is where they have Philharmonic events there.
And you can take a free tour of the concert hall.
Yes, you can take free tours there when there's not concerts going on. But this is not where we're going. We are actually going close to another museum called the Broad Museum. So let's go over that way. I don't know you two.
We are now taking you into the Broad Museum. If you like modern art, you need to visit the Broad Museum in Los Angeles. Mr. Broad is the B in KB Homes, and he was a billionaire who spent his time collecting very famous art when the artists were young. And now you can see that same art for free in the Broad Museum. Want to remind yourself of childhood? You can do that with Robert Fureson's Under the Table.
Remind you of your childhood. You were always underneath tables and stuff. Here we go. We got Michael Jackson as in chimpanzee. The chimpanzee is actually still alive, by the way.
what caused a person to make this?
Jeff Koons is an interesting artist in that he is very well known, but the interesting fact about him is he doesn't actually create his own art. He just creates the idea of the art. Other people actually build it. Yayoi Koyasama is famous for her use of mirrors and light in allowing us to ponder the meaning of the infinite.
I'm just bloated. I don't have an empire.
Andy Warhol is probably best known for his Campbell soup labels, but his use of screen printing and vibrant color is also notable.
Who Andy Warhol is, right, AJ? What he's famous for? He's famous for that over there. Campbell soup. And he's got, this is Denise's favorite one, right here. Roy Lichtenstein's colors. That's what she likes the best. Ask her, she'll tell you.
What you see at the Broad Museum is only a fraction of the collection. At any given time, over 4,000 pieces of art are kept in storage. So now you have to come back and see what might be displayed
we're done
next.
with the Broad Museum, and what did you think, Denise?
Oh, I think it's awesome. Nobody else in this family appreciates, fine art like I do. But
Probably
it's
not.
definitely, I don't know, a lot of it I wouldn't necessarily want in my house, but I think it's fascinating to look at. I like it. Some of it's mildly disturbing. Some of it's just super fun and cute, and I love learning more about it and seeing I learned some more about some pieces that the Japanese artist was variations he was riffing off of, from the tour. So I really enjoyed the free tour and learning more about the cool art.
Okay, well, that's gonna do it for today on this adventure. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like, subscribe, comment, whatever you can, hype it up. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video adventure.